To do this live this morning. I just want to talk to y'all today. I couldn't wait to just make a video. I said, you know what? We got a little time today. So we're going to do a little live, invite a few opinions, a few understandings on this thing right here. Is he moving too fast? Yes, I just came from the gym, so y'all excuse me. I still have on my exercise clothes, but so listen. If he's moving too fast, let him know. Protect yourself, sis. I am so, like, this was a 911 emergency that I came on today to talk to you all. So listen, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. You know, this is dating. This is dating. 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 And, you know, data attained through experiences. If you've not had any experiences, you don't have any data. I'm not understanding how, like, you know, you meet somebody, especially now that you have all this online dating and all this people meeting, or even if you meet them at the Piggly Wiggly and you just that one encounter, you start talking on the phone, maybe exchange a picture or so, and then all of a sudden this person is saying to you, oh, I've just stared at this picture all day, oh, I'm just daydreaming about you all day, you know, oh, you're just so beautiful, all these things, and it's nice, it's nice, you know, but is it true? That's the issue. Is it true? Why are you, you know, I understand you want to fill someone with compliments. You want to let them know how you operate. You know, that maybe you're a man that loves to shower his woman with attention, or you love to compliment her. That's your love language. That's wonderful. Hold on to that. But when you're just meeting and you're just starting to get to know someone, and they don't know you. They don't know if you're a truthful person. This person doesn't know anything about you except that you, every time I talk to you, you keep talking about, oh, this picture. I just, you know, it's like you sound like a stalker. It sounds a little stalkerish, you know, like it's a little unsettling. It's a little, um, it makes me feel uneasy with a person that, you know, we talked about it. If you go through the videos, there's a video I did about red flags. Red flags. That's one of the red flags. If they're, you know, complimenting you too much too soon, and, oh, I'm just in love and we're going to be married and you're my wife. I'm not a wifey. I don't know who created that word, but I wasn't a wifey to Mr. Benjamin, and I won't be a wifey to anyone else. I might be your wife, but I'm not, you know, and that's a cute term, you know, slang language and all that. But I, you know, think speaking words into existence. That's not what he said. Who finds a wife, not a wifey. But in the case, let me talk about some of that's going on. So, talking to this guy, nice person, you know, seemed to have things going on, and you know, was married a couple of times. Hey, my friend. And so he said he's in his late 40s. I've been in 5 relationships my whole life. Okay, that's wonderful. Hey, space. So, you know, I'm like, okay, so we're talking, and all you keep telling me about is this picture. I was looking at your picture. I love your picture. You're so beautiful in your picture and all this. And then turn around and ask me, okay, so how do you know how does that make you feel for me to say those things to you? And I'm like, it really don't really move me much, you know. And it just doesn't move me much because I don't know you. I don't know why you're telling me all this so soon. I don't know why you're focused just on the picture. I oh, thank you, Space Info. Thank you. You're the ones that make me keep motivated to do this, but because I just want to share this thing called being single. People, you know, you got to be able to have some other discernment, and be able to, understand how people work and how people think. Like I said, my degree is in behavior, but it's in industrial psychology, how to get people to get along with each other. But first, you have to study people, and before you do any of that, you study yourself, learn who you are, how you operate. But anyway, back to the stories. To this is real life. So now every conversation is, how was your day? Oh yeah, I just laid here and I just studied your picture, and I'm like, you don't have to keep telling me that. Like you don't have to keep telling me that. What else in this conversation? What about this conversation? See, we need to use every conversation as a way to get to know each other. You're not telling me anything except for that you keep looking at a picture. That's not telling me who you are. How many kids you got? How was you raised? Who's your mama? Who your people? What did where you work at? What kind of goals you got in life? But he did tell me, okay, well, in talking, what he did was tell me what he wanted in a relationship by saying the way he wants to operate with a woman. Meaning, when he comes home, she may already be there and dinner's ready, or if he don't mind cooking and this. So I hear you. I hear you telling me how you want to operate when you get a woman. The issue is this: I'm not your woman yet. I don't even know you, bruh. I'm just trying to get to know you. In every conversation, all you're saying to me is that you're so beautiful, and I love this picture of you in this yellow, and I see you over here by this mirror. That don't tell me nothing about you. None. Who are you? What about you? I see your picture too. It's not. See, these are meaningless conversations. I don't need them. I wouldn't waste your time with that. I would not. And so don't waste mine. Don't let somebody waste your time with, meaningless conversation. And you telling me you've already told me how you want to operate when you're in a relationship. Okay, that's good. That's cool. That lines up with what I'm thinking of, that should happen when you're in a relationship. But we ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. Let me know who you are first. Like, come on now. Oh, well, I know where his vicinity of where he lived. And then I mentioned where my church is at. And I'm like, oh, that's close. Oh, well, you could just, you'll have a key and you could just, bruh, I don't even know you. You ain't even took me out to eat one time. We ain't did nothing but conversate and halfway conversate on the phone at that. Because guess what? Every time I'm on the phone with you, you're filling my head with a fallacy of what's going to be. I don't even know you right now. And then when he asked the question about, oh well, I said you were beautiful. I said you was lovely. Hey, Grayson, I'm like, dude, y'all listen to me. Y'all know I'm little sister, and sometimes I'm big sister. So you got to make sure that hey Michael, that you guys, hey, don't put it on too thick to her. You know, don't that is scary and it's a little creepy. It's like, oh, so all you did all day was stare at my picture. You had nothing else to do, or it's what is this? It feels like you're trying to build me up with all these boastfulness. You're beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. I know it, because even if this is not beautiful to you, I know that this is beautiful to me because I know what God put in here. So I don't get off on that physical. That's that. And then even the next thing about keep commenting on that picture that way, what you're telling me is that you don't even care. You don't even care what's up here. You don't even care about conversation. You don't care what I think. You don't care how I want to move. You don't care how I operate. You just care about what this picture looks like to you. And it's creepy. It turned me totally off. Like, if we don't have any other conversation about anything else, but I love this picture. Like, really, it really creeped me out. And guys, like I said, you can tell her once or twice in a conversation, I really think you're beautiful. I really, and that's welcoming. But Let's find out some other information. Because guess what? Do you want, it depends on what you want now. You may want to, some men want a model that's dumb. She got body for days, but brains are gone. How you going to know what's on the inside of the package unless you have a real meaningful conversation? Well, good night, Space Info. I thank you for joining us. You get you a good nap. All right, Space. So, like I said, everybody just pay attention to how you coming on. Don't come on too strong with people, and focus on the physical. Oh, this, I like the way you look, and I like the that can creep me somebody out, because it really creeped me out. I really was like thrown off, taken aback, like put a rest. Like, you really make me feel like I don't want to be around you. I feel like if I come around you, that I may feel uncomfortable with the way you look at me. Because if you're telling me that you're staring at a picture, you're making a picture of your God or something, what it says to me is when I'm face to face with you, you're going to be looking at me in my appearance. You're not going to be listening for who I am. And then a woman may get too caught up in with how she looks with you and not really tell you who she is, or hold up a fallacy of what you want. I tell you what I did for a whole year, and this is April. So a year and maybe 3 months now, I decided not to wear makeup. I haven't worn makeup in I haven't worn makeup in a year and 3 months, because I said that I was ready to date again. I was ready to get back out here. I was ready to be serious. And so in that, I said, when I meet my forever, I want him to see me for exactly who I am. I want him to see every wrinkle, every blemish, every dog mark, every whatever, and accept it. Because if he accept me in my ugly wake up snot hanging down, when I get up and I glam up, then that's when I'm on his arm. He's like, yeah, this I got her. You see, so that's what's my thing. I'm like, I want him to be everything, flaws and all, and then accept them flaws and all, and then I'm gonna shine and rack it up. But yeah, guys, let's pause on all those, and that's a red flag. If someone is overly complimenting you, it gives you cause to withdraw. So little brothers, big brothers, you know, let's be careful with doing that. And sisters, when someone's giving you too many compliments too soon, and already offering you keys to their house, and you come by and cook lunch and all that, you might want to be a little leery of this person, and maybe be a little slow to advance. You may want to put them over here in the corner for a minute, because sometimes people that have been in long-term relationships, they want the relationship. They want to just be in a relationship. They want that lifestyle that she's cooking, I'm cooking, we're going to bed, we sharing the home. They want that married life again, or that set, because or that shacking or whatever you was doing. But they don't want to get there. They want it to be ready made. That's not good. It's not healthy. I don't want a ready. I mean, that's called moving too fast. We go from meeting and talking to I got a key and now I'm visiting and I'm staying up. No, that ain't even in a Tyler Perry movie. Tyler Perry let them go on a couple of dates or something, and before they get to that point, even the story's gonna give them, a little bit of leeway before they jump in it, to all this. So let's take it slow, because they're overly complimenting and focusing and talking about the physical. It's a turnoff for a lot of women. It's definitely one for me. I know I had brothers. I had big brothers. My brothers have always told me I was beautiful and smart. My dad, when you do that, sometimes it can make a woman that, especially when you're in my field, psychology. Guess what it means to me? You trying to play with me. You trying to set me up. You trying to make me feel so overly that you're all of this, you want all of this, and I am all of this. And that works on some little girls who never had a man tell them they pretty. And that may work with some little, some women that have low self-esteem, that no one's told you you're beautiful. No one's told you you're smart. And for those who have had that encouragement in their life, that's constant, my brother still opens doors for me to, he's just a gentleman. That's who he is. I'm going to always expect that from a man. I will stop at the door and step to the side, just for because I'm used to that behavior. I'm used to a man opening the door. I'm used to being called beautiful. I'm used to being told I was smart, even though I might not have. There's a lot of time I never thought I was the most pretty person in the world. I never thought I was. I thought I was funny looking. Still do. I never thought I was beautiful and goddess like and all that. Didn't like my voice. Still, but guess what? I know that those are just things that I was self conscious about. But I don't. If you're overly telling me this, I'm feeling like you're running game. Honestly, like, why are you telling me all this? And this is your only conversation. Let's find something else to talk about. If you want, okay, that's the foundation. You told me what you want. So now let's take our time and see if we can ever get there. You can't. It's just not a bus. You don't just get on the bus and get off. This is a relationship. There's not a bus. Maybe a long train ride, but even on that, you're going to get off. We're trying to set this up where you're not, hey, Joseph, where you're not setting yourself up for failure. Let's be mindful that, yes, women like compliments, but if you're overly complimentary in the beginning and all you're talking about is a picture, I'm thinking, my mind automatically, you're only focused on the outside. You're not having any dialogue with me to even find out what's on the inside. So that's a big red flag. Pay attention to those things. Like I said, I like, you're a beautiful person. And then find what, you got a dog, you got kids, you got, you know, what is your outlook on life? What kind of career do you have now? What do you want to do? What did you want to do as a kid? Those things. Let's go to museums. Everybody, let's go out to eat. But sometimes when you're going out to eat and you're just chewing, it's hard to talk. But there's places to go. Go to the museum, go to botanical gardens, go to a ball, park, somewhere where you can talk. But just being, you can't rush somebody into all of a sudden. I know we all sit back and daydream about what it would be like, especially if I'm a widow, I've been, was married. Especially if you've been in a long-term relationship, it's like you want to get back to that. You remember the good times when y'all came home and cooked together, or y'all went to this event together, or you did things. You want to get, all right, Louisiana. We was just down there. I was just down there I wasn't that way. I went to what is it? Where everybody go? New Orleans last July. It was hot, but I enjoyed it. And so make sure that we taking our time. Don't rush people. You want to just meet somebody and then all of a sudden we're together. We're doing these things that couples that been together for a long time do. Guess what? It took them a long time to get to be together, to get to being doing those things in a comfortable space. Okay, I may get to Shreveport. I watch a lot of stuff on TV about being down there in the different food and the swamp and the sights that you can see. I love sightseeing. I love sightseeing. Let me tell you, Kennedy, I can be a tourist in my hometown. Hey, I can be a tourist in my hometown. I'm like, ooh, oh, I didn't know that was there. Yeah, I can. So I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm from Florida, from Southwest Florida, from Fort Myers, but I'm in Birmingham, so I love it. I can be a tourist right here in town. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here because I'm going in. I'm just starting a little late today. I got to still go into the office, so I got to get myself together. But I just needed, that bothered me. It didn't really bother me where it had me tossing and turning. But I was like, let me tell my people, let me go to my friends this morning and let them know that it's not okay to be open. That creeped me out. I really felt like somebody was getting ready to be on one of them Tubi movies, like, done it, this man, I don't know you from Peter or Paul, and all you gotta say, no, let's take it easy. Let's not rush into just, okay, we ready-made family. We're just gonna be into. Let's learn about each other. Cause guess what happens? You rush into things, and that may not be what that person ready for. To just be your little wifey. I ain't your baby, Joseph. And see, that what we just talked about, how you talk to a woman. Joseph, you just messed up. I don't even, that what I'm just talking about. Like, be careful what you say, how you address a real woman. Because I've been a woman for a long time. And I don't even have babies anymore. That's how old I am. So they answer your question, how old I am, baby. Anyway, let me get out of here because you're trying to get me to be salty. And I'm not trying to go there. Your apology is accepted. Just like I'm saying, I'm trying to teach you something. How to get to a branded woman, not a little girl that accepts a certain kind of behavior. It's how are you today, dear? Let me see, if you don't mind, may I ask you your age? I'm 52 years old and I'm proud of it. But it's the way you ask. Let's be mindful of women. See, sometimes men, just because I speak to y'all this way, I'm like, hey, y'all, this candidate, this what. But see, guess what? I'm a professional woman. I have 3 degrees. So when I want to speak with of like the best of the Queen's English, we can do that. But I don't want to do that with you all. I want to be personable and real and give you real language to use on other people. You understand? And I'm from the South, so I like that. So let's just be mindful of how you approach someone. Because when you said that to me, that made me feel just like this man that looked at my pictures, telling me I looked at your pictures all day. I just pray. I just sitting here staring at. It mean it's demeaning. It's demeaning, and it makes me uncomfortable. So then it's how are you, ma'am? I even take a ma'am, because guess what? That shows respect. Guy one time, preacher told me, say, yes, ma'am. I said, well, why are you calling me ma'am? Because you about 2 years older than me. He said, no, it's a form of respect that I address you that way. So if you want a quality woman, you want to approach her with quality. I, if you want a woman that's going to represent you well, when you meet her, represent yourself well. Be well spoken, even if you think she a hood rat. You you want her to not be a hood rat. Don't approach her like one. And because if you do, she gonna pull you into her world instead of you pulling her into yours. You can't make them all into a housewife, okay? But anyway, I love you guys by the gallons. And like I said, just let's be mindful of how we talking to people and what when you first meet somebody, give a good compliment on what because somebody I may ask, well, what made you approach me? And they may say, oh, it was your eyes, or I heard you speaking and I heard your voice and I really wanted to know more about how you thought and operated. That's a compliment. But to walk in and say, well, what made you approach me? Well, I thought you was fine. Guess what? Walk away. Walk away. Anyway, this is me, y'all. This candidate. A whole single. Lacking nothing. Just loving myself and loving you guys. And I thank you again by the gallons. Love you by the gallons. Thank you, Lord, for all of you joining me. Peace, love, and chicken grease. And why chicken grease? What? Because it's hot. Yes, guys, and we're out of here. But I just want to share this a little word with you all today on Facebook, YouTube. This a whole single, guys. Remember, y'all drop in, like, tag, subscribe. Joseph, we are all good. We are all good. I appreciate you. And that's why I'm here. Because like I said, I grew up with brothers, and they instilled a lot in this little girl. And so I want you guys to have successful relationships and friendships. And remember to date, to date, to date. And if I'm ever down there in Shreveport, I'm going to holler. I'll take y'all. But, in the meantime, let's focus a little bit more on what's on the inside than just what you see on the outside. Because, nowadays the outside can be very deceiving. They can take the lashes off, the hair off. They can fluff stuff up, plump it in. They got lipstick, make your lips bigger. So, You remember that little, back in the day. Now they got memes. Before they would have cartoons where the lady come in there and she take off a wig and a leg and everything, put on a dresser. So let's focus on some. Let's focus on something outside beauty, guys, and let's see what's on the inside. Love you guys by the gallons. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'm out.